Hey guys, welcome back to Collision Church Online. I'm really happy you're with us today. This week we're going to be talking about sacrifice. Just going to jump right into it. I can't sugarcoat it. I can't do anything other than just tell you, look, this week is heavy. This week is Holy Week or Passion Week or whatever you want to call it. But the end of this week, it ends with Jesus dying on a cross. And that is the message I want to be putting toward you today. Straightforward, heavy, and real. So we've been talking about this whole month. We've been talking about different topics. The first one was evangelism, about how to go outwards with our faith and just really go make disciples and just really express God in our actions, in the way we want to save people, in the way we want to bring them closer to having a relationship with God so that they can have eternal life. The second week we were talking about service, how to go out and serve our community, whether that means the community of people we know in our family, the community of people in our town, or globally, but just being service-oriented, going out and just really washing the feet of the people around us. And the third week, last week, we were talking about love, because love is the greatest commandment. And so, what I really wanted to do this week was just focus on the sacrifice of what Jesus really gave up. And I think that it says it best for us to apply it to our lives in some of it has a different account of it in the Gospels. Luke has an account, but I like Matthew's account here in chapter 10, verse 38 and 39. It says, "Whoever does not take his cross and follow me is not worthy of me. Whoever finds his life will lose it, and whoever loses his life for my sake will find it." So what Christ is saying here is, if you die to yourself, to the world, you will find life eternally in Him. And so this statement here he's making is not because he wants you to just give up everything, like Peter gave up his entire fishing, business or whatever, and just followed him. He gave up everything, all of his livelihood, and just said, you know what, okay, fine. Back in the Old Testament, the prophet Elisha followed Elijah just off of knowing that there was a bigger future for him. So he just burned his plows and when came walking out and just said, you know what, fine, I'm going to tell my family goodbye and I'm going to follow you because I know that in the future there is something bigger for me. And so just because we can't see right now, we can't see heaven right now, we need to remember that there is something much bigger in the future for us, and that in order for us to obtain that brighter future, that better future, that life that we talk about in here, because he's not talking about life on earth, because we'll have life on earth. We can have that all we want. Everyone, you look around you, you can see people that are living in sin that have life on earth. You can see people that live in sin that have better lives than us, the servants of the Lord, and sometimes they have better lives outwardly than we do, because this is a fallen world. But we're not called to be of this world, are we? No, we're called to be not of this world. And I know that it's cliche to say now because of the C28 stuff and all that, but I'm telling you guys, there's nothing more important than knowing that, look, we can store up treasures here on earth for ourselves, but we cannot take it with us. And I'm telling you right now, that if you die to yourself today, tomorrow, anytime, the life he's talking about is not here. He's not saying, and then when you accept me into your heart, you will have riches on earth and you will have a jet, it's not like that. But what he does say is that you will be able to spend eternity with the Father, myself, in heaven. You will be with us. And so we're going to study that. We're going to study what he means when he says, today you will be in paradise with me and the Father. Like, when he says, I came to give you life, he doesn't mean life here. And when Jesus died on the cross, and he says, it is finished, he didn't mean his life. He meant sin and his calling, because he knew that 3 days later he would rise again. And he knew that when he conquered death, he had won. That God the Father had nothing against us anymore, and that we could live eternally in heaven with him. He saved the souls of every person who ever lived on this earth. All they have to do is confess with their mouth that he is the Lord and believe in their heart that he rose again. So, this week is Passion Week, and I hope you'll join us.